The Blanchard Springs Caverns are one of the hidden wonders of Arkansas. Few people have heard of this amazing architectural feat. There are vast caverns, hidden grottos, interesting rock formations, wonderful wildlife, and even a river that flows into the Blanchard Springs. Blanchard Springs Caverns have been around for over 350 million years. It was first explored by the Indians and then left empty until the 1930s, when the U.S. Forest Service opened it for exploration and then later made it into a protected national park. Blanchard Springs is the only cavern system protected by the U.S. Forest Service in the nation. Now, the Blanchard Springs Caverns have 3 tours available to explore the 3-story rock caverns. One of the tours is open year-round, while the other 2 tours only operate certain seasons of the year to help with shifting rock formations and bat migration habits. The Blanchard Springs Caverns are classified as a living cave. This means that the cave is still changing to this day. This is due to the Blanchard River that runs through the lower levels of the caverns. One of the 3 tours held at the caverns allows people to go spelunking in the lowest levels of the cave and to explore where the river has changed the cave in the past couple years. The river itself flows out of the caverns into Blanchard Springs, which visitors can visit after a short hike through the Ozark National Park. This spring, hidden away in the woods, leaves the caves and flows into Mirror Lake. The cave was originally entered from a pit made by the Indians. When the United States government authorized exploration of the caves in the 1930s, the explorers began in the same location. This pit opened up into the second level of the caverns and was only accessible by rope. The first expedition only explored the lower levels of the cave, but the second expedition didn't. The second expedition contained a group of Boy Scouts. On encountering a hole in the ceiling, the leader sent his smallest kid up to explore what they could find. The blue light shows where the Boy Scout first popped his head into the cathedral room. At the time, they weren't certain what he had found, but later explorations explored into the room to discover a vast cavern the size of 3 football fields. This room, part of the most popular of the 3 tours, is the largest room in the caverns and contains most of the beautiful parts of the caverns. In the 1970s, the U.S. Forest Service commissioned walkways in the caverns as well as lighting so that tours could be held. They covered the upper 2 levels of the caverns and highlight some of the beautiful features of the caves. Some of the interesting formations found in the caverns include the boat formation, the opera house formation, and the coral room. These formations are nature-made formations that took on interesting shapes that the lighting designer chose to highlight. The boat can be seen across the caverns when traveling on the walkways. It was given its name due to its appearance. Similarly, the opera house formation was named for its appearance. This formation, according to the lighting designer, looks like people attending the opera. He chose to highlight the 2 formations especially for their interesting shapes. The coral room, another highlight of the caverns, is a small room covered in growing stalactites. When you look into the room, you can feel the moisture in the air and see where the condensation is forming stalactites. The stalactites are common features around the caves, as well as stalagmites, columns, pillars, and calcite deposits. These deposits can be found inside all 3 levels of the caverns, though its bright white color is often dimmed by other crystal and rock growing over the formations as time passes. The caverns are open 7 days a week from 9:30 to 6 and are an amazing trip for the whole family. Wheelchair and stroller accessible walkways make this possible. This is truly an amazing wonder from the Ozarks.